We're here in Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic. We came from Las Terrenas. It took us 4.5 hours by van. And we finally arrived. And let me tell you, this place is frickin' skookum, dude. Let's look at this place. Bathroom. Shower's a little disappointing, but I'll take it. Can't complain. The fridge. The moment of truth. Oh man, I wanted a fresh beer. Oh well, we got some champagne, though it's only 2%, kind of ridiculous. Got some free pops and stuff, free water, free coffee, everything is included. There's Venus, she's not included in the price. That's extra.
Extra 1,000 pesos.
Yeah, 20 bucks Canadian, guys, extra 20 bucks Canadian. Anyways, that's besides the point. We got this big king-size bed here. Nice little sitting area. Decent TV. Hopefully they've got something to watch on there. And we have our little deck out here overlooking the garden. Not really much of a view here, but if you want to view the ocean, that's extra. Got an ashtray for all my smoking. I don't smoke cigarettes. So this is $170 Canadian a night. I'll put the prices of the Dominican dollars and US up on the screen. We will show you the rest of the facilities later on. There's actually access to 2 different resorts, so we may check out the second resort as well. And you've got like 5 different restaurants, I believe. Obviously, you know, if you want to rent it, you can go to the link in the description and rent it yourself. And I'll wet my beak a little bit. I'll wet my beak. Thank you. So we arrived in the evening, and after a day of travel, we were pretty tired. So we were looking to get some coffee for a little pick-me-up. And the Senator has this awesome place called Tropical Avenue. Here you'll find souvenir stands, a pharmacy, a pizza place, an ice cream shop, and best of all, a coffee shop, which we visited frequently. Next morning we were ready to get some exercise, and luckily for us, the Senator is a huge property, so we were able to get quite a few steps in, and they've got plenty of paths and trails all over the place. And guests will also have access to this giant gazebo, and here you can watch the sunrise as well as the cruise ships come into port. There is a port right next door to the Senator, but the ships come in really early so it doesn't bother you while you're swimming at the beach. Here's the beach. This is called Playa Bachata. It is basically somewhat of a private beach for the people on this resort, and we're gonna enjoy our toes in the sand, stare at the sun a little bit. In the morning, the sun is good for your eyes, apparently, that's what they say. In the middle of the day, it'll burn them right out. You can see another cruise ship about to pull in, so town's gonna get busy today, and the vendors will be super happy. So from down here, you get a beautiful view of Magdalena's Rock. The famous rock formation here in Puerto Plata, and it's a little bit misty in the morning here right now. You can't really see it. Here's a close-up of Magdalena's Rock. Later on, after breakfast, we went to the pool. So the Senator has 5 total pools, I believe, and some of them are more relaxed. There is a swim-up bar, and that's where you're going to find all the action, pretty much. The bar is right next to it, and here they'll play loud, upbeat music if you want to shake that thing. And they also have these guys walking around. They're kind of like hype men, and on the back of their shirt it says "Drinky, drinky, happy, happy." And apparently in Dominican, they're a little loosey-goosey on the old SAs, if you know what I mean. And one of the funnest parts about the pool is the foam parties, which take place every Saturday. And it looks like this. So since you already get the morning sunrise, there is no sunset to be had here, but that doesn't mean you can't take a great little evening stroll. And as I mentioned earlier, there's plenty of walkways, and you can also head over to the resort next door called Bachata Resort. And this is free for the Senator guests to use and vice versa. So if you want to check out the restaurants there or have buffet, you're free to do so. And you can use the pool and facilities as well. And they have a fantastic beach area, which seems a lot more chilled than the Senator. So for food at the Senator, you're going to have 6 different restaurants, including the pizza place we showed you earlier. Then you're going to have your main buffet called Larimar Buffet. And you also have a Japanese restaurant, an Italian restaurant, and a steakhouse, as well as a sports bar that's open 24/7. For our a la carte reservation, we chose to do the Japanese restaurant, and that was kind of like a Benihana style, and that's where they cook the food right in front of you, and they make a bit of a show out of it. So on the 3rd day, the sun came out, and we headed to the beach, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint. Here at the beach. Check that out. Whew.
I know.
That's some nice water right there. We bought a coconut for 100 pesos, $2. The hotel sells them. Look at that. The guy took the meat right out. We're just gonna walk down the beach here and catch a glimpse of Magdalenas. Dos Magdalenas or Los Magdalenas? We don't even know. Dos?
Or it
Los.
should be Las Magdalena.
Las.
Feminine.
Feminine, Las Magdalenas, you guys. Now you're learning Spanish at the same time. There you have it, the Magdalenas. Incredible. What's up, guys? Today we're down here in Puerto Plata in the old historical center, Independence Park it's called, and it's Christmas time, so there's plenty of Christmas decorations. Check it out. You have the gazebo right in the center. You can climb to the top, I think. We'll go in there, check it out. Going up to the top. Wow, this is cool. What a unique spot, eh? You can see how it's quite busy here today. There's 2 cruise ships in the port, and a lot of those people are coming here on tours. That's why it's so packed. You got a live band playing there. Paseo de Dona Blanco, Pink Street. All right, we're down here at Umbrella Street now. Lots of shops down here, lots of all that stuff.